Oh shit, Sarah's getting arrested. No, that's not good. What the hell is she gonna do?
Get her a donut. Can we get her a donut? Get her a donut. Get her a donut!
Well, at least she'll have some donuts. Alright guys, this one's going to be doing another review today. This one's going to be doing another review for Prison Break. This one we're going to be doing our full season review for Prison Break Season 2. So, continuing on with the Prison Break reviews, this is for Season 2 now. Oh my good lord, we have a lot to talk about. This is a crazy season. This is an insane one here. Another 22 episode season, which is absolutely bonkers. This show just is relentless. And they just pedal to the metal, man. They really do. So, yeah. Now, I would like to describe this season as the Manhunt season. Obviously, now that they've escaped, now that they've gotten out, we're kind of seeing the results of what's happening now to our characters on the outside. And we have a really brilliant character introduced this season named Agent Mahon, Alexander Mahon, who is the man that is trying to hunt them down over the course of this season. And dear God, it's good. It's really good. Now, the objective of this season is obviously our characters are out. We get a massive chase at the beginning of this season as they're kind of trying to get on this train, which is a really intense, moment. And you've got Pope and you've got Bellic that, of course, are kind of now having to answer for why the hell the prisoners got out. You know what I mean? Why'd they get out? So you've got Pope that actually tells them himself that he's going to quit. So he quits, which is insane. And then you get Bellic that just is, well, he's kicked out, basically. Bellic has nothing. So he comes back running, crying to his mother, you know what I mean? He wants to shoot himself at one moment, which I was like, honestly, you can go the fuck ahead, you know? And then he finds out there's a $100,000 reward for each individual prisoner. And I think it was $300,000 for Lincoln Burrows himself, you know? So he's sitting there thinking, well, shit, I can be rich. So then he goes back on what he's doing, you know. And then you've got, Alexander Mahon that is hunting them down over the course of this season. They get their own, clothes that, Michael buried, of course, in this grave. They go out there, and, we do also continue the plot going on with Veronica, where she, just kind of gets deeper into this. She finds the house where, of course, the guy is there, the guy that Lincoln did not kill. And unfortunately, she gets locked inside, and she calls the cops to try to get them down there, but it's not the cops, it's the company that shows up. And the company is the evil people that, of course, did what they did and framed Lincoln for something he did not do. So, Veronica's locked up in this house, these guys show up, boom, shoot her right in the head. So Veronica dies right away in the season, and I was just like, damn, like, this shit doesn't stop. Like, this shit just goes crazy right away, you know? And, I mean, honestly, Veronica, like, that was a sad one, because Veronica was trying her best to discover the lies that were going on, and she just could not get to it, man. It got to her in the end, as soon as she got the answers, and that's just insane, right? It's absolutely insane. So, you get a lot of stuff here. You've got that. You've got now kind of these separate groups that are kind of split off. Cenote goes with his family, and, you know what I mean? They go with him, right? And then you've got Teabag, of course, that's kind of doing his thing, which he's going back to Susan, who he terrorizes this season. I mean, he absolutely terrorizes them. Teabag and his family, man, I mean, that stuff this season was just hard to watch, honestly. Like, you knew that it was going to happen the second that he escaped, but, like, the man is sick in the head. We love him, but he's sick in the fucking head, you know what I mean? And it's insane to see, like, how far he goes this season, T-Bay. It's absolutely mental. Now, Cenote is one I really like this season, too, because talk about, honestly, if there's one character this season that is just legendary beyond legendary, is Cenote. What he does for his family, what he does to help them out, and to help his daughter that is sick, and they're on the run, so, like, he has to do something to help her, you know what I mean, her appendix, is bursted, you know what I mean, and, she needs medical attention, and, unfortunately, it gets to the point where Cenote's wife, who's a really, really loyal wife, I might add, she's really just loyal to him all the way, she gets caught in the middle of this, and she gets arrested, and the only way that this whole thing is going to kind of work is obviously if he turns himself in, you know what I mean? But he can't because he's got his daughter with him. So Cenote was just, I mean, I felt so bad for this dude this whole season. I really did. He was a really badass character. And well, his character actually towards the end of the season kind of concludes. He kind of leaves the story. He's free with his family. You know, Mahon kind of issues that. And he leaves, you know what I mean? And I thought it was a really nice conclusion for his character. Now, I'm aware that he does return later, but for now, that's the conclusion of Cenote. And it was a really great arc for him this season. It really, really was. I really liked it. So we've also got the plot this season where they're trying to get to this $5 million that, of course, Westmoreland had in this, you know, this trailer park. Well, they've built around it now, and it's a beautiful neighborhood. So now they're trying to figure out what house this money is at. You know what I mean? And they go to this one woman's house. She kind of flirts with Teabag and stuff like that. Teabag kind of keeps her occupied while Michael and the cleaners, you know, go in there to try to find the money, right? So that was pretty cool. And I like the twists and turns because one person, you know, like Michael has the money, but then it makes it look like Sucre turns on them, but then he really doesn't. He gets the money for them, but then Teabag gets screwed over. You know what I mean? But then at the end, Teabag takes the money for himself and he skedaddles. You know, like it's a big twist. It was really cool the way they did it. It was a really, really great, you know, storyline with the money and who wants to get the money first and all this shit. It was absolutely mental. Now, let's talk about deaths this season because we had a few. John Abruzzi, who goes back to his family and then not long after that gets caught by Agent Mahon. And I like how much of a force that Mahon is because, you know, he's FBI. He's, you know, trying to track these guys down. And you're thinking to yourself, like, how is everybody going to get away? Well, guess what? They don't. They straight up, they don't. You know, you get a situation in this one where John Abruzzi literally dies right in front of this motel. And he's like, I think he says something along the lines of like, yeah, like, I look around and I don't see God here. You know what I mean? So, like, you do what you're going to do, you know? Oh, man. John Abruzzi, man. What a badass, like, what a badass character, man, honestly. I loved his character. I really did. I'm sad that he's dead, but it was another really great death this season and showed the reality of what it would be like if you had an agent like Mahon that was able to get to certain folks. You know what I mean? It's realistic. Also, you get a really big death this season as well for Tweener, which is insane. Now, Mahon kills him in cold blood, and at this moment, I started to kind of realize, I was like, there's something going on with Mahon. There's more going on. You know, he's like popping these pills. He's, you know, stressed all the time. Something else is going on, and then you start really peeling that onion as the season continues. You find out that Agent Mahon is actually doing things for the company, because the company is holding stuff over him, and his family being one of them, and obviously they, you know, obviously, we know what the company will do to his family, so he's got to, you know, do whatever the company tells him to do, so he's doing some of this because of the company, because they're framing him, you know what I mean, which is, it's insane. I mean, honestly, it's absolutely mental, and I felt so bad for Agent Mahon. And then they start making you feel bad for this guy, which I must admit, over the course of this season, I went from, like, being invested in Mahon as a villain towards the end of the season. I felt so fucking bad for this guy. And honestly, I don't know. I mean, this is why there's 20 episodes. They are able to really, really blossom their story. But dear God, man, like, I felt bad for this dude. I really did. Mahon, man, honestly, is my favorite character of this season. He was such a tragic character. He was such an interesting character. And I think, what's his name? William Fner? He is a great actor. He really owned this season to me. He really did. He owned this season, and it was his season. And it was so good, man. It was honestly so darn good. Now, you've got Sucre that's trying to see Marie Cruz, you know. He goes to Vegas, kind of makes a fool of himself. And, okay, this is another thing. The location variety of this season is unlike anything I have ever seen. Seriously. I can't even list how many places we went to this season because I'd be here all day. But we went goddamn everywhere. We went everywhere this season. And it was such a visually appealing season. I mean, seriously, this season looked so good because of that, because of the visuals, because of the places that we went to over the course of the season. It was insane. You know what I mean? It was absolutely mental. Now, another villain we have this season is Bellic, who's trying to come after them for the money. This whole season, he's on their trail. He's an absolute nuisance. He's a dick. you know what I mean? But he is kind of a force on his own as well, too, you know? So you got Bellic that's trying to do that as well. He's got nothing either. He's got no job. He's got no nothing. So he's just, you know, he's doing what he needs to do. You know, and, well, there is an episode this season where we do revisit Pope. We do have Michael that goes back for Pope, and he even, you know, Pope even tells him, like, you know, listen, I think, Michael, I honestly think you have something here. Like, as pissed as he is that Michael costed him his job, he actually kind of realizes that Michael and Lincoln are innocent. He realizes that. He's like, you know what? I think you might have something. And, well, then you get to a massive climax in the season. You get the conclusion of Caroline's character. You get the conclusion of this whole, you know, fight with, you know, with her and her people. And it was really intense. They almost clear Lincoln's name. They almost fucking clear his name. And then at the last minute, she decides not to. And then it's a just screw up from that moment on. Now, one of the other villains from the company that was really intense in this season was Bill Kim. This guy. He's always got, like, this, like, smirk on his face. He's always, like, fucking, like, just got a big stick up his ass, you know what I mean? He's trying to stop Lincoln's name from getting cleared. He's framing Caroline, so now Caroline has to decide whether or not she takes Bill Kim's side or, you know, Michael and Lincoln's side, and she takes Bill Kim's side, unfortunately. And it was insane, man. I mean, Bill Kim is a bastard. I couldn't stand him. Luckily, towards the end of the season, he does, you know, get killed. They do kill him, but my God, man, he was another insane villain. I mean, this man is so crazy that literally he catches Michael and Lincoln towards the end of the season in Panama, and he throws the fucking money in the water. I was just like, what the fuck? Like, what the fuck? Like, I'm sorry, I don't care how rich you are, I'm not throwing that amount of money in the fucking water, you know what I mean? You bet your ass I'm not doing that, you know? This man didn't give a shit. I mean, he did not give a shit. So, yeah, he was an insane character. Mind-boggling, to say the least. I mean, holy shit. And, well, another really great villain this season that I really liked was Kellerman. Kellerman, I gotta say, was a really interesting one, because he's kind of spying on Sarah for the first few episodes. Then he gets really crazy with her. He, like, tortures her and shit like that. He almost damn near kills her. She is just freaking out at him, tries to kill him on the train, which I thought was pretty crazy. And they have to work with Kellerman this season, of course, to kind of stop Caroline. But, of course, they know that at the same time, you know, Sarah's pissed off for what he's done to her. And Sarah tries to kill him multiple times, you know what I mean? Which I get it. And, well, Sarah's character is another thing. Sarah Wayne Callies, as an actress, I mean, I always liked her, but I've only seen her as Lori on The Walking Dead. So when I saw this show and I heard she was in it, I was like, man, she's probably going to drive me nuts, isn't she? She is a fucking awesome character. I mean, I'm rooting for her and Michael throughout this entire season just to get some kind of an happy ending, you know what I mean? But it's insane. It's absolutely insane. But, you know, one character that does get their names cleared this season is Lincoln, which I thought was awesome. That was really good, which he 100% deserved it. That was absolutely awesome. And Cenote leaves with his family. Teabag, of course, you know, he kind of leaves his family behind. Which, good. I was kind of waiting for him to kill them, honestly, you know, so that's another thing right there. Sucre, of course, kind of meets up with them, and then, well, the season kind of starts to come to an end. They go to Panama, right? Which, again, visually is insane. And it almost looked like Lost, you know what I mean? Like, it kind of did, the island and the beach and stuff, you know, kind of looked like that. But the final few episodes of this season were really exciting. You have Bella coming after them. You got Alexander Mahon that's also going to Panama. I mean, the shit just gets absolutely insane. Bill Kim comes after them, and Bill Kim works for some old dude that we see over the course of this season, some old guy in like a suit, you know what I mean? We don't really know much about him yet, and well, I know because I've seen all the seasons, but I won't say too much about him yet. But it sounds like there's a higher up at the company, basically, and we haven't really met the leader yet, but we're kind of getting to that point, you know? But the season ends with Michael getting taken away. He sacrifices himself for Sarah, which I thought was absolutely insane. And he goes to a place named Sona at the end of the season, which Michael is inside. He's captured inside Sona. And I mean, this is a shit pit prison. I mean, this place is fucking just awful. I mean, it looks like it came out of an asshole, you know? Like, the place looks like shit. It looks like one of them prisons you'd see, like, frickin' like on the other side of the world or something. Like, the shit looks insane. You know, and I gotta be honest, man. I mean, this shit really, really was just crazy to me. Like, this shit was insane. Sona, seeing our characters locked up. You got Bellic in here. Mahon that gets locked up. You got Michael that's locked up in here. Teabag. And now you've got Lincoln and you've got Sarah that are on the outside, which kind of sets up your stage for Season 3. So, man, this was insane season is the best way I can describe it. The season was balls off the fucking wall. And it's even better than Season 1, for me. Season 1, maybe you could make an argument it's objectively more well-written. I don't know. I had so much fun with this season. I have to give it to Season 2. Mahon, the manhunt, the action, everything, man. Like the Caroline storyline, the wrap-up of her, the Cenote stuff, the Teabag arc, the frickin' like the Sucre stuff in Vegas was a great little offshoot plot, the money plot, the Panama stuff, wrapping things up there, the redemption for Alexander Mahon. The season is jam-packed. Like usually I watch 20-some episode seasons, and I'm like, oh my god, like 20 episodes, really? I gotta do this shit, And then this show, I'm like, fuck yeah, I mean, damn, like this shit's good, So, to me, it's an easy one. 10 out of 10 for Season 2 of Prison Break. I loved it. I loved everything about it. I really did. I thought it was fantastic. I love the writing. I love the characters. I love the arc. I love the villain. I love the storyline. I love the visuals. Everything. Everything. There's nothing in this you don't have, Besides Fox River, which I'm glad we're out of there because, it's nice to let the story evolve, So, man, this was good. This was so good. We'll be back next week. Season 3. We're going to do a season a week. So, yeah. Let me know what you guys think. Season 2, Prison Break. Do you love it as much as I do? I absolutely adore it. I love this season so much. So, let me know your thoughts. Post your comments down below, guys. Let me know what y'all think of Prison Break Season 2. And if you're new to the channel and you enjoy videos like this, guys, make sure to click subscribe so you don't miss any of the videos. Make sure to follow me on Dan's Reviews Official on Instagram, guys. And, of course, I'll see you guys really soon for more videos for Prison Break. Enjoy the rest of your day, guys, and peace out.
Born in the dark alleys, city of concrete. Dan's reviews blowing up, never taste defeat. Walking Dead dissected every plot twist beat. World gone mad, TV junkies hit a treat. Typing up scripts, marathon through the night. His opinions hit harder than a street fight scene. Every episode, brain sharper than a knife. He's the beacon of critique, shedding TV light.